It's now time for Me and My Roku with host Peter Clay. Better a lockdown than a lockup.
Incidentally, this is Peter.
So we have a voicemail now from Peter.
Pete, you are not.
Not everybody sounds like Peter Clay.
This is what it's all about, isn't it?
Peter Clay is here today.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
And hello again, everybody, and welcome to another lockdown edition of Me and My Roku. And look at it this way, better lock down than lock up. Anyway, we're here, we're alive, and by we, I mean me, and it's all good. And I wasn't going to do an opening on Instagram, but I just got this brand new iPhone, and so I just felt like I had to check it out. I got the lavalier mic, I got all this different equipment now. Got to test it out. So if you're watching this on Instagram, hi. If you're listening on the podcast as usual, don't worry about it. It's okay. But you can just check it out on Instagram. The login. My name is Pierre Argyle on Instagram. Don't ask me why. It's just my name in French. It's no big deal. It's going to be my Vegas cover name, but it's never come down to that. So, and now Vegas is closed, and we dream our little dreamy dreams about things we've been. So thank goodness we went to Vegas when we did for my half-century birthday, and we had the best time ever. And so now we can dream about it. Now we're locked in to our Rokus and all good stuff going on. So lots of stuff going on, and so let's get started.
This is the love. This is the love.
Okay, like I said, we're alive and well, doing our thing, to do our part in this whole mess type of thing. Not to criticize too much. I know I've spread my opinion a little bit, and it's just more thoughts than anything else. We'll get through this eventually, and maybe we'll be better on the other side. Who knows? Maybe we've all realized that this is nuts, and just realize that it's not safe no matter what we do. Or we'll just say, hey, from now on, this is how we do things, and, be all right. It's all good. Only thing different in this household here then is YouTube TV expired. Like I said before, I was criticizing them of how they handled my gift card, so I canceled them. And then I was going to cancel and then maybe retry the gift card again because I had enough to cover it. And then I just said, no, I'm not gonna do that. So YouTube TV is gone. And after about 20 minutes, I decided to do something else. I went with a free preview of Philo. I tried it once before, and I figured, well, since there's no sports going on, why pay twice as much when you can get almost 60 channels for once it's a 2-week trial, and then after that, it's only $20. So, hey, I'm not going out to the bars. I'm not going out to Vegas. I'm not, any of that stuff. So why not? So that's the game plan for now. Lots of other things going on. Roku itself has the Home Together initiative. Okay. A lot of initiatives going on, but that's okay. People are just trying to keep people focused and inside and doing their thing. So the Roku is basically putting everything in the free channel, the Roku channel, and on different sides and different things like that. So focusing on at-home fitness, kids and family, educational, faith-based even, some of that stuff. So that's kind of be their goal when you first see the Roku channel, and then on some of the promotions on the side. They're also doing 20 premium channels with an extended preview, usually about 30 days, like Showtime, Epix, Fit Fusion, Smithsonian, and there's others in there. Just check it out on either your Roku or at Roku.com. ABC News Live, which was on Sling, is also now on Hulu because Hulu owns ABC. So that's a good thing. So some of those things, you're going to see different free things on some of the things that you subscribe to if you get. Sling is also doing their initiative, the Stay In and Sling. I kind of criticized it last week, and it was more of a, not necessarily criticism, just a thanks but no thanks. I don't have Sling right now, and I'm not going to go to Sling just for some of the things that they're offering. However, on some of the other devices that I have, yes, that's right, I don't have just Roku. Sling app was still on there, and I checked it out, and it was fine. So if you I know on some Rokus, you have the automatic Sling button on your Roku remote. Go ahead, check it out. It's fine. And what's nice about it is what they haven't done in the past, they're doing now, is they actually do continue to give you the guide and to let you know what you have and what's available to you. And that's fine. Do you really need Al Jazeera and BBC Arabic and stuff like that? To me, no, but, or France 24 or Euro News, but it's free. And sometimes that's all that matters. So those things are out there available to you as well. So there you have it. Free initiatives for you and your Roku here on Me and My Roku.
Na 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 na. Ooh. Oh, 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 oh.
Okay. Well, here's something I don't do very often on this show, but hey, it's a brand new world out there. So I thought I'd do a segment on the things I watch. Now, some of these cord-cutting programs that they talk about what they watch, and I'm kind of like, because they don't watch what I watch, and, what do I care what you watch when I'm not going to watch that type of thing. So, but maybe you just get a little idea of something. The whole idea of this show is I just show you what I do to either spark something in your mind to go, oh, that's available to do? Oh, wow, that's interesting. So we've been trying to not be brain dead all the time. So a lot of things. And it was easy to get rid of YouTube TV when there's YouTube itself. And you can just explore to your mind's content. And you can just, who cares what I watch on there? You just watch what you want to watch there. And you can get down a rabbit hole of a lot of things with just YouTube. But on the other hand, there's the times where he's like, okay, we've watched all our shows now. We got caught up on just about everything. Now what do we do? Type of thing. We could go out for a walk, but we have Rokus. So we watched a couple of movies, and one was The Spy Who Dumped Me with Mila Kunis and some lady from Saturday Night Live, who was almost funny, but I've seen a lot of those sidekicks get a really annoying, and so she didn't cross that line a little bit too. What shocked me about the movie was some of the I don't want to say violence, but it was just like, holy cow, that just happened type of thing. So it was okay, and it killed a couple of hours type of thing. So I have seen that on Hulu, and I've seen that on Amazon Prime. I believe we watched it on Amazon Prime. We did get caught up on Doctor Who, and an interesting season, maybe a little better than last season. A lot of people were probably still, I don't know how they feel about the new Doctor and all that stuff, and being a woman and all that stuff. That's never been an issue for us. The acting, let's see, about Doctor Who. Let's see, and if you've watched the intros on Instagram, you see I've got a TARDIS behind me. So I'm not the biggest fan, but it's just like I get my the little misses to watch it, and that just to me is always a thrill for me for some reason. So it's more about that than it is about the actual show. And Doctor Who has its things where it gets a little corny, but since the show has been revived, I'm just amazed at how serious it's being taken in a corny way, if that makes any sense. Is that it's corny still in that sci-fi way, and there's way too many of these Cybermen and Daleks and all these other things that really should be moved on from, but we got to please our fans type of thing. So, it was a good season, and it ended with a little bit of a twist, and that's kind of cool. Never been like Doctor Who to have a cliffhanger, and that's kind of exciting. So we got through that, and we watched some Disney movies. We saw the original Cinderella, and we saw Frozen 2 because it was available early, and found out it was more like a remake of The Fifth Element, and if they could have one more song, that would be great. But other than that, a cute movie, and we've enjoyed the whole series. So that type of thing. So that's what's going on in this household here. Getting back to YouTube, if anyone who's known me for a long time know that I'm kind of nut for the game show Match Game. As a matter of fact, I used to have people come to my house and we would play Match Game, and I used to record it, and maybe I'll put some highlights of that on someday. Maybe they maybe I should check with some of my friends. That was 20 years ago. But it was a good time. So I'm a kind of a nut for that game, and I always wanted to host that game type of thing. So I did it myself and put it on a podcast years and years ago. Maybe it's in the Internet Archive. I don't know. But anyway, available on YouTube. And you can play an episode, and it'll go to the next episode if it was a daily show. Plus, there's the Match Game PM, and it seems to go in pretty good order of that as well, of playing the next one of those as well. However, it's also available, 3 seasons are available on Amazon Prime. And a lot of old game shows actually are part of the Buzzer network. You can see that on Pluto TV as well. So if you need a game show fix, that's a good one for you to check out as well. But Match Games, YouTube, and Amazon Prime, and get yourself a little extended microphone and you can play along. As a matter of fact, I think I got more emails and letters when Gene Rayburn died than when my father passed away. I could be exaggerating a little bit, but it was pretty close. Anyway, so all that has been what's going on in this household here on me and my Roku. Okay, kids, gather around. Let's have a little group discussion here. I'm doing fine, so no reason to worry about me or anything like that. No, I know there's tip jars and donate button on my website and all that stuff, but one thing that I am doing is I'm putting a link to what the sites I use for gift cards. And I have some friends and the little misses and all that stuff, and we challenge each other on that stuff. And yeah, we get a little kickback and all that stuff, but we do that for fun. And when it's been working great, and so we've been getting gift cards still throughout this whole deal. If you want to check out how I do that, and maybe I can even do a little mini podcast on how I do that, is the same concept of how I do this show. I just tell you what I do and see if that encourages you. If that's of interest to you, check that out on the link and where you get this podcast, and click on that. And that goes to the main site that I use the most. There's 2 others that I use, and it's basically the same concept. So, but those are the 3 that work the best for me, and that has been helping out in this time frame as well. There is the donate button, but I would say support your local businesses, shop locally, and all that stuff, and help everybody else out in your area before you help me out. Type of thing. One other thing, though, that I do recommend always, and especially in this time, the Internet Archive at archive.org is just an unbelievable resource, and they have unlocked certain things during this time. They're allowing you to check out books that normally wouldn't be available at this time. So they're like a library, which is what it is. You are allowed to borrow a book that's normally, but it's an archive. There's so many things out there. Books that are out of print and out of copyright and all that stuff. That's there. All the some classic movies, TVs, commercials, all that stuff. Old video games, old software. Check it out today, and that'll help pass the time as well at archive.org. And if you have a couple of bucks left over or something like that, you want to PayPal them or send them or something along that line, consider archive.org. And thank you for their support and all that stuff, and listening to me and all that stuff, because we couldn't do it without the Internet Archive and archive.org. Check them out today at archive.org. Okay, so a big question I get a lot, and I see on a lot of forums and all that stuff, is which is better, this or that? Da, 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 da. This is the time to explore. Don't ask people, what's better, this or that. Check it out. Explore. Because a lot of these things are good. It doesn't really matter. It's just based on what you want to do. That's the reason why I do the show the way I do it is I just show you what I do. That doesn't mean do as I say, not as I do type of thing. It's just, this is what I do, and you can decide for yourself if you want to go that path or figure out, oh, yeah, that guy's nuts. I'm going to try something else. But at least I know you can do some of that stuff. So it doesn't really matter whether you use Hulu Live or YouTube TV. Check them out. They both have free trials. Just check it out. I'm doing Philo right now, but that doesn't mean you should do that. I just put two and two together on that. And it's like, well, hey, there's no sports, so why should I do YouTube TV? Because I needed that for sports, but I don't need that now. I do want to try VidGo, and so I may check that out as well. I might not. Again, that's close to $50, so I probably won't keep it, but I'll just try it out to see if it's any good when the time comes along that I may need something along those lines. So explore. And like I say, YouTube can be dangerous because you can get down rabbit holes you don't want to go down to, but on the other hand, who cares? Check it out and, learn self-control. One other thing I've been doing to help pass the time throughout all this is podcasts. Obviously, this is a podcast, and so I listen to podcasts to see what else is going on and see what the best podcast apps are out there. There are podcast apps for the Roku, TuneIn, iHeartMedia, and Radio.com. All have apps for your Roku. Also, just your device and all this stuff, and I've been going out there trying to find the best apps for that. On the iPhone, it's still Apple Podcasts. It just works the best. And maybe it's just I'm so used to it. I've done all the work on it and stuff like that, so it's been easier for me to use. On Android, I have found that Podcast Addict was the best for me. But I do have to recommend the new Google Podcasts app, and that is now available on iOS as well. Spotify is good too. I know everyone's it's like the Netflix, everything. Oh, I just need Netflix. That's all I need. And for music lovers, Spotify seems to be the brainwash thing there, but there are other things, believe me. And so Spotify is good, and they're all good. But I just found that the Google Podcast app, just easier to put things into your queue. Now, is it easier to subscribe to things and stuff like that? I still find the Apple Podcasts better for that, and then Podcast Addict as well. But very pleased with the new update and then now the availability on iOS for Google Podcasts as well. So that also helps pass the time as well. Another update, last week I mentioned sports and that some things were being available. The NBA was granting a preview of their NBA Access for the season that just was being played until they had to cancel. And I trust that that's going well for them. NFL All Access was available until May 31st. I recommended that, and I guess people just must really love and miss the NFL because apparently they didn't have the bandwidth available to have everybody do that. So I'd be watching a game and about halfway through it would crap out and all that stuff. So I ended up just going to YouTube and all that stuff. But I did check it out, and it's still going through, and it's a little better. And so it depends on how you view it. If on your Roku, you can go back to 2009. If you do it on your mobile device, it only goes to 2011. So for some reason, but that's life. But it's working and better. And so if you need an NFL football fix, that's a good way to do that. MLB TV, I had mentioned that they were still doing the free game of the day. Well, now apparently they've fallen in line with that too, and now I'm able to watch whatever game I want. So I'm reliving all of last season so far, and being able to go back about 2 years as far as that goes. So there you have it for that. So free previews of your sports, so just to give you that fix there again and all that stuff. Did get an email from T-Mobile saying that once the season starts, since the last T-Mobile Tuesday was when the MLB season was supposed to start, and so they were going to give their season away, as they always do, seemingly the last 5 years or so. And they mentioned that once the season starts, you will get it through your T-Mobile account. So there you have it as far as that goes. So who knows when that will be? If there's a season, you'll get it through T-Mobile if you have T-Mobile. If not, maybe get T-Mobile. That's up to you. Depends whether or not you want free baseball. So I better get back to my Roku. It's been a little while. It's starting to get a little itchy, a little twitchy. Could be something else, but who knows? I'm locked down right now, or yes, locked down, not locked up. So I confused myself there even. So I better get back to it and stuff like that. So, however, since I'm home and all that stuff, and I do have new iPhone, new microphone, all that stuff, I may do daily segments here and there. If I find something, when news breaks, I'll fix it. Well, if I could fix it, then, I'd be much bigger podcast than what I've got right now. But hey, I do appreciate all the support and all that stuff. I have seen that my numbers are still about the same. So either we're all, I haven't seen a dramatic hockey stick up, but nothing's gone down. So hey, that's all good for me. So if you're listening, maybe tell a friend or something like that too. That might help. But I do appreciate it all the time. Hey, thanks to archive.org for their support. They've been providing the bandwidth for me and my podcast for a long time, and we really appreciate it. Check them out today, archive.org. Consider supporting them as well. Subscribe to the Me and My Roku podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, Spreaker, Spotify, TuneIn, YouTube, iHeartMedia, and Radio.com. Follow me on Twitter at RadioFliction. I've got classic material going there that people aren't noticing and all that stuff. Well, some people are. But check that out today, and I'll put updates and stuff along those lines as well. And if you need to be a little more intimate or a little more one-on-one, you can email me questions and comments at meandmyrokupodcast@gmail.com. Hey, we're going to get through this. In the meantime, I'm hoping you're enjoying you and your Roku as much as I'm enjoying me and my Roku. And I'll be back with you real soon.